I thought it was in the
They're
air.
still going.
Hello, Bob. Good morning, Mr. Reinhardt.
Oh, you doing it? No, you do it. He told me to do it. He don't know what he told me.
It's right here.
Well, I know, but if he asks me.
I figured it out. I couldn't figure out why I couldn't see anything. And I reached for the cap, and there's no cap on the front. And I'm thinking, what's the problem? And finally, I think I need to shut it. Yeah, it's on.
Hey, Bob!
I've already got Darth Vader. Hello, Bob.
Oh.
Just like that.
I gave him
About 2 years.
I gave him
Each one of them can juggle
We had a
Yes.
issue with a partner. I always sit here.
Right here.
Well, the money.
Right, no visible evidence.
Kenny's right there.
Oh, yeah, email to Ken. Okay, yeah. Okay, you got somebody selling there?
If they have a business
Yeah, you have to go
card
to
or
work.
something.
That's possible.
Okay.
That is positive.
He's in Italy.
Only thing you didn't have a business card right there. Who's it for? I can go up.
Paid it since she left.
I know. They said the same thing right there.
It's hard to bring it.
They're a different. There's no question.
Yeah.
Last week I got a fine.
Right.
What the
I was here.
That's just a change.
You got it today.
Oh, yeah.
And you okay?
Yeah. I just want to see the town of Peter. I read this great biography of Peter the Great once, and so his vision of that, I'd love to see it. Even after World War II. I'd like to see it.
I'll leave you alone for just a minute. Mine's not
Probably related to all trade show. Security. All those lights, you're not doing that much. Stress a lot of people.
not even here, right? So I was at the grandkids,
Everywhere was, we're trying to start a certificate or something, paralegal. Well, I was gonna say, if you wanted any extra work,
Saturday night. Yeah.
yeah, I do it every day, so. But yeah, I mean, no pressure, but I'm just saying, if you got real low or whatever.
He's the boss.
CBCC? All that's good. I don't know if, one of the kickers we run into is.
Lynn and I have a question. I'm waiting for you came down here. What I'm trying to say is get off your ass and come to
I didn't say that.
Tell us what you really think.
I
To be accredited, there's a 5-year and an 8-year review. And it's a regionally accrediting agency that comes in and checks everything. One of the things they check is their requirements.
How about that? I don't care, fill the book up.
Thanks, Bob.
The course that goes from Mitchell to anywhere, Carolina, UNCC. You have to have a master's, and within that master's, at least 18 core credits in that.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So I teach criminal justice, 18 hours of a master's has to be CJ. Political science, 18 hours has to be political science. I don't know, there are some courses that don't require that, that's what, but I don't even know if they're. See, that's not my league, he's a lawyer,
Oligarchs.
they were trying to get.
Oligarchs are not $180,000 cars.
You've got bureaucrats that it doesn't say criminal justice in the
Yeah,
transcript.
it is just another word.
Then it's just strictly black and white, okay, and it's not to tell me what it is. And I've spent 15 years in the field and I have an MBA.
He was there last over. He was there.
So I went back to East Carolina and got a criminal justice education graduate certificate.
Transitional leader.
So I'm accredited. You can't you don't run into that. But Art ran into that, he was able to work it out to where he is.
Yeah.
I've worked in mental affairs.
It's great. Your history
Way back when I had to open.
Well, I'm telling you,
So similar, so similar.
Yeah, if you're on the end of the table, Donald's not here about a minute and a half. It's in that you start Sunday.
I don't know where that's a statement of preference that that person is sharing. Because there are lecturer positions that are full-time, not tenure track, but would allow you to teach a full load, get a salary, and benefits.
She was the public health. She's got a presentation on food. She's awesome. Y'all love her. She's so cool. She's a food. She knows all about food. Yeah.
All right, Kevin?
Okay, well, I was closest to the gavel, so Wayne said me to do it, so I forgot how to do this first, right?
Yes, that's that.
All right, in the absence of Donald, the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Does anybody have a race, or would anybody like to volunteer?
I'll be glad to. Oh God, we thank you for the blessedness of a night of rest, and we thank you for the opportunities of a new day. We ask that you bless this club as we seek to serve others throughout this community, and we pray in Christ's name. Amen.
Good morning, Rotarians. Good morning. Good morning.
Wait!
All right.
Wait! I guess I didn't say your name.
Oh, look up in here.
Here comes Mr.
Oh,
Charles.
no, he's here.
We can't find him.
Can't find him. We'll give him a hand.
I got Rick's dog.
All right, now, first thing, Jake's food. Richard called me yesterday, and he's concerned about food. He's en route to Canada fishing, but he wanted to be sure Jake got enough food when he got back. So, anyway, if you will, put your money there, we'll be responsible for it. All right, Ron Leach, before I call on you, we had an issue last week on security.
Yes.
And I'm going to ask Gavin, he took over your responsibility. And I've asked him this morning to give a report dealing with the security and if we had any intrusion in our club. Gavin?
Well, you may recall that I did bring a piece of sophisticated equipment to detect any vibrations caused by anybody trying to break into the building. And actually, when I got home, I viewed the report and so on. It did appear that we had some attempts at intrusion here, but it turned out it was actually Dan trying to get out.
You trying to get out.
But then there was also another strange signal which I eventually identified as Bob Steiger's stomach rumbling. So in the end, everything was okay, even without
I
Bob.
resemble that remark.
All right, well, Gavin, he brought instruments in here.
Oh, intruder, there's an intruder.
Yes, all right, Donald.
Hey, how you doing, my brother?
Yes, sir. You put it on the table this morning.
Yes, sir. $5.
$5.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
That's right. How you doing?
You doing it? You rushed this morning. You okay?
I'm okay.
All right. All right. Good deal.
Count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right. Good deal.
All right.
All right. He's here. All right. We'll take over. Now, a couple announcements. Ron?
Yes.
Okay, this morning, how do we look on security?
Love you, man.
Well, I thought we had a challenge to one of the perimeters, and then I realized it was LR's offensive line. So I backed off.
Okay, good deal. All right, very good. Now, does anyone have anything for the good of Rotary that you want to announce this morning? Anything? First of all, Dan, do you have anything for the good of Rotary?
Oh, it's my birthday Saturday.
Oh, happy birthday.
All right. Hey. Put your dog over there. All right, good deal.
What is that advertising?
All right.
I'm bragging.
Ron has something special. And Donald, would you come up to the front, please?
I will, not a problem.
Ron Leach.
I guess it's more money. Do I need much anything?
And we'll ask,
Sounds like
we'll ask Walter to join us up front.
You know what I'm saying?
Some of you may not know that Walter is one of the remaining charter members of this club that rejoined us a few years back. And so I'm pleased as another charter member present Walter with his charter member badge. I think Mr. Reinhardt took care of ordering, as he always does. So Walter, glad you rejoined us, and now you can wear gold in honor of your charter membership.
You want to get a picture?
In the middle.
Okay. One more.
One more? Say when?
You got it. Walter, congratulations. Glad you got it.
Don't I feel something?
Yeah, hold.
Make holes all day.
Okay, one other item. It's really special, so I need your attention on this one item. So please, it is serious. I don't like to take credit for anything I do. I like to give someone else credit. I think that's important. However, I've been recognized by Rotary International, and that's a big organization for us, for being the sergeant at arms in our club for 16 years. And as a result of that, they have made an exception. And they sent me an exception for being here 16 years, putting up with all this hassle I've gone through. And they cut a special award. And I want to share it with you, and I'm really touched over this. And this special gift, and I'll have to take it out because it is a treasure. Let me open this up.
Why are you looking at
Here is my sergeant at arms badge. I think the Reinhardt got this at Dollar General. So, this is official sergeant on one-time award.
I think you ought to find yourself for that.
I tell you what, I will pay a fine. I have exaggerated just a little bit, okay?
No.
All right, so let me get changed, and I'm gonna pay a fine on that, so. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's in there. All right, I'm covered. Anything else to go to Rotary? All right, Donald, it's all yours.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. I want to thank Senator Van Dett for stepping in for me while I was gone.
Oh, that's $1. That's $1.
What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong?
The title is associated with something else, so as a result of that, I need $1. Yes, sir. In Rotary, that's one of the bylaws.
Should have said future.
I should have said, should I have said future?
Wanda let me speak yesterday.
Forgive me. Forgive me.
I want to thank you, my friend. Well, listen.
No.
Sure.
Let Wayne know that. Let Wayne know that.
Took the man's last hour.
He feels comfortable with that.
Throwing that badge around.
He is, I'm telling you. Okay, the thing that I know that we need to talk about is the dance. But prior to us talking about the dance, I'm going to share something with you guys. Last week, I spent a full week in Vegas area.
Now you know why I just down his last dollar.
That's pretty quick.
Yeah, that's pretty quick. But I'm serious about this part. Is that I was in Vegas, and I know that I told you guys that I was not going to be able to participate in the dance. Remember I told you that? Because it violated my conscience. But what I found out about myself in Vegas was this. I was surrounded by everything you can possibly imagine in this surrounding center, okay? And yet, I was able to be there for my family, to meet the needs of my family, all right, without violating my conscience. If I had not been there, perhaps some things that I did for my family would not have been done. So I want to tell you that I am able, without violating my conscience, to support my family, my Rotary family, at this dance. Okay? I don't, just like I don't go for what Vegas bills itself, I don't go for what Halloween bills itself. But that's my conscience, and I think that I can be an example. I can be light and salt, and I can serve the people who come in a way cheerfully and be an example. So I want to tell my club, please accept my help. I will do all that I can. Okay?
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
And we accept your help.
Absolutely.
The other big thing that we need to talk about, if anybody has anything that they want any time on, I yield to you, sir. I want to talk about the jobs for the dance to make sure that we are. Is that what you want to talk about?
No, I've got financial stuff to report, so whenever.
Let's go ahead.
And we need to discuss something, please. So,
Knock it out. Let's do
so
yours.
whenever you're ready.
You have yours.
Yeah.
You have the floor.
I'm sending around a report. I'm a little behind. That's for May. This is our actual numbers, so check out the numbers. We've gotten a number of acknowledgments for donations that have been paid. Here's one from Camp Corral. I want to make sure the club sees it. It's a very nice note from them, acknowledgement. We got a record of the contribution of having been involved with the hurricane relief, the water filters. We got that from the Presbyterian Church. I went ahead and paid the soup kitchen money out of the budget. This is acknowledgement of that. I wanted to make sure the club sees that. And also, I've paid for half of the stage, so we're good. I've got to pay the venue, but the guy over there said, don't worry, he likes us, so he's good with that. There's another Camp Corral acknowledgement. They actually sent us two. The CBCC acknowledged the receipt of the monies for the scholarships, so I just want to make sure the club sees the kind words that these folks are sending to us as they acknowledge our sending the money. The district fees are paid, the international fees are paid. And I'll be sending a foundation check, so that'll be covered here soon. You just need to get me receipts for your stuff so I can finish reimbursing you. And Bob sent me the information, which I'm not sure who all got it, but apparently Rotary provides some liability insurance by virtue of our being a club, which we pay for in our dues. So I'm going to investigate that. It's actually, looking at Dan because I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So anyway, I'm going to call.
I'm the one that spoke to the lady about that.
You did speak to
Her
somebody?
name is Gussie.
Okay.
She's the one that told me, because the last day she was talking about insurance, she said, you don't have to do that. She said, feel free to call her if you have any questions.
I was going to call somebody on this number, yes.
Okay.
So do you want to follow up?
No, I mean, I just heard Bob because she told me, we was in there and we was talking about the tanks one day, and she's in the Rotary in Newton. And she said, no, you don't have to pay insurance. You're covered under a big umbrella.
Okay.
So I said that to Bob, and
As long as you get a certificate of insurance, they're
Exactly.
good.
Well, I printed it off, and it shows you how to fill that certificate in, but I wanted to call and explain quite in detail what we're doing, what it involves, the venue, et cetera. So because there is a provision in there regarding supplemental coverage, and I need to make sure that the basic plan covers what we're doing. So
We don't need host liquor license, by the way. because that's
They already
standard.
have it, yeah, I
It's
understand.
not our concern.
So I will follow up with this and upon,
And that's certainly a major liability right there, is the liquor part.
Well, we never assumed the liability, yes, absolutely.
we don't get proceeds, it's just
Yeah.
what they do on site. So we're in great sound financial condition. You can see our balance is low because we've been paying out to people that we said we pay out to for budget and votes. I do need for the club, and Donald, this is whenever you want, but it seems like a lot of people have weighed in on the 2-year CD at 2.5%. Now, I've not done anything because we haven't taken an official vote for that. So I just need to make the club aware that it seems like all of the email feedback is positive to do that. And if those of you who were here remember Mr. Luche's presentation, but we need to take an official vote. I'm not going to do anything with the money until the club discusses it here and takes a vote at some point. So, questions?
Let's just go ahead and put it on the table.
Well, there's, how many members we got?
Good enough.
Do we have a quorum? 13
No one has
here.
spoken against it, but there are people who haven't weighed in. So I want to make sure that everybody has had a chance to weigh in before I do
I
anything with
don't know
that.
that officially they have to, do they? I mean, in the bylaws of the club, does the whole club have to?
No, I think
I just know, yes.
It has to be a quorum, it's over half.
No.
And there are 13 of us here.
I mean, you
Five members, I think.
I don't know if it's a required vote,
I'm all for it.
but the club should be aware of, we need to be transparent.
Yeah.
Where our money's going, so just,
I sent 2 emails out
Yeah, yeah,
about
you
it,
did,
so
you did.
people have weighed in
Yes.
twice, but
Yes.
some people hadn't weighed in at all, so I just know that you want it to be, make sure everybody had a say. So anyway, it's out there, so anyway. I'm not gonna touch the funds.
All right, so put the motion on the table.
Okay,
acclamation.
Feel like the 2 emails.
Yeah.
okay, let's, do I kind of entertain a motion?
I move we accept the suggestion to.
And it's been seconded by Kenny.
Do I have a second?
Was there a number? Did you mention a number?
I said, all it said was the 2.5%.
Right, it's $10,000.
$10,000.
If you notice on the report going around, the actual numbers, it's $10,037 and some odd cents. That's right there beside Donald, the big number. So that, I think that was the minimum that Mr. Luche explained that we needed to. So it's essentially taking that account and putting it into the checking, which is more fluid. We would leave alone. That's where the money's coming in and out of for the things that you're seeing, deposits and disbursements.
Did Rick get a second?
It's been moved and it's been second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it.
And we'll move forward.
Acting Secretary, whoever that might be, you, sir, put that in our minutes, please. Okay, Glenn,
Yes, sir.
continue.
That's it, unless you have questions. Thank you for the floor.
Okay, you're very welcome. Thank you for sharing all of this, and thank you for what you do in the finances for the club. Thank you for being transparent and letting everybody see where everything goes and sharing with us the things that happen in our club. Thank you very much for doing that. I've done that, and that's a job.
Isn't it kind of amazing we have a treasurer who apologized for being a month late?
Yeah.
We are so fortunate to have Neil to look after our finances.
That's exactly
He
right.
has-
Our numbers have never looked so good.
Yeah. And we also have some talented people all around here, you know, who just serve the club and advise us and keep us out of trouble. And I thank you guys for that. Okay, anybody else has anything else they want to weigh in on, excluding, except the dance? We're gonna talk about the dance a little bit. Anybody else got anything?
What's the program? You got a current, what was the last one or something?
I got one for you. The program thing here.
Who's got the program next week?
Next week is the 15th, Steve Hunt.
Okay.
And on the 29th, anyway, let's go in order. Steve has 15th. Ron has the 22nd, that's when district governor's coming. 29th, we're meeting at Steve, that's the 5th Wednesday of the month. Steve said he would host.
Yes.
And Ken Luderbach is listed as a program. Austin will have the program that day. He's got somebody lined up for that.
On the 29th?
29th.
Okay.
I have a question. The
Yes, sir.
district governor's coming, and this will be his second trip to our club. He came as a guest, I believe, and made the circuit. We normally give a presentation to the district governor, some kind of gift. We normally give a coaster. Is there anything else, a small item that we need to give, or just you decide as a club what you want to do with the district
We
governor?
need to give him 2 flags.
Two
From our
flags.
club.
Okay.
We need to have a executive committee to meet with him, either the night before or the night after the meeting. And so we got to do that.
What about the courtesy gift? Is there anything else?
I don't think that there's any other courtesy gift that's necessary. We've given him. And he will be, I know he's coming on the 22nd. He may be back again. And so I don't know. I will check and see what, I'll check, I tell you what, I'll check with our assistant governor and find out.
Okay. If we can give him the coaster, I'll box it differently so it's a little bit upscale.
Yeah.
Quit laughing.
Putting the sergeant in an armed box.
I never need to see this, I'll pass it around. It's a treasure.
Yes.
If you sign it, I don't like it more.
Yes.
Don, I will not be here next week. Someone will have to pick up the bullet.
Okay. When will they be printed?
Tuesday afternoon.
Tuesday afternoon. Do you live in Newton County or where?
Now, my children's making me go to the beach.
Such punishment. Such punishment.
It's funny that they're making me go, but I'm paying for everything.
Is there anybody who can pick up a bulletin?
You can pick them up.
Well, Richard, what's Richard's schedule?
Richard normally does that. But
Is he gonna be back? Anybody know?
I'll make an,
Yeah, he's gonna be back.
so you think he will?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I got your,
Okay, somebody would please remind Richard.
I will. I will.
Thank you. Okay, anybody else have anything else they want to say pertaining to anything other than dance? Wayne, put it on the floor so everybody can hear, please. Tiger, put it on the floor so everybody can hear, please.
He was asking about when are we gonna visit Richard's place. We had talked about that a little bit, but you know, back in the day when I first joined, we did a monthly roundabout. That was a lot of fun. We lost a couple of Rotarians though, because the county jail kept them. So, but no, it was a lot of fun. We
Well,
got to,
that's what, the fifth Wednesday visits, the fifth Wednesday, that's what we're doing, that's the rotation. We have, Steve will be the first one. I'm just remembering Austin will be in January.
I think Richard was last.
And I think Richard may be.
like Devin's going
Yeah.
to December.
we did the county landfill. We found out about their sunflower oil program. It was pretty neat. I mean, it was all their biodegradable fuel they make, and pretty interesting.
But
Somebody's doing one on October 31st, and I cannot read my own handwriting.
Oh, Joe.
Joe, Pastor Joe.
It does say Pastor Joe. I gotta look at it. Well, I better make that clearer.
Two of the alphabet.
You'd have to, all of us get a background check, I don't think the 3 would pass.
Richardson May. Sir? Is Richardson May look on your.
Yeah, he, I got this, I can read my writing for the three, Austin, in January and Richard in May. But it doesn't necessarily preclude us from going somewhere else if we wanted to.
No, I was thinking
It does
maybe we
not.
could go to the estate house in Raleigh and see where you're working.
That's not a bad idea. If I win, I'll host a meeting. Is that fine?
That was a fine. You missed it.
You didn't
missed
say what you were winning.
That's true.
You'd be
The
hoping.
lottery.
That's right.
We'll give you a pass to come in here.
I know.
It was me that said you might have.
It actually came from Gavin, I think. Not throwing you under the bus or anything, but.
I appreciate that. I got fined that you got changed.
Gavin on care, 100.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, that's smart, man, it's slick, it's smooth. Anybody else? Okay, now, we had said that there would be some, activities that we would partake in that would make this dance successful. I want to remind all of us what we said we were going to do, and I want us to do those things. All of us said we were going to be out at it getting sponsors. We got 2 months, okay? And we're going to cultivate past and future relationships. All of us said we were going to do that.
Can we stop at the sponsorship real quick?
Yeah, let's do that.
Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead.
We have, I believe, he's our newest Rotarian, is hard at it. And Lynn, why don't you tell the folks at the table here how you're doing that, how you're selling sponsorships?
Selling it with the information that I was given at the last meeting, and I'm the
It's
new guy.
really simple, isn't it?
It's pretty simple. I'm the new guy on the block, and it's relatively simple. Right now, I believe I will have at least 4 sponsors. Now, the size of the ad is still to be determined.
Well, that matters.
Yes, and Kenny was helping me out here today, and I didn't realize this, because I asked Kenny and Bob, I'm assuming everybody else knows this.
No,
If you
you're
give us-
fixing to make the announcement.
if you get a full-page ad for somebody that does the full-page ad, which is $500, that sponsor receives 4 tickets to the dance. If they do a half-page ad, they receive 2 tickets to the dance, which to me is a great selling feature. So my size of my ads may just get a little bit bigger now.
And I'll piggyback on that. I've sold a couple, and what I'm doing, I have a clipboard. The 2 things that you, on the clipboard is that same sheet that Lynn has, plus the card that you've got in there. So I hold the clipboard up, that way I can show folks as I go through the dry cleaners. Do you do? Well, here's this. And that helped me sell one. So I carry around a card with me all the time. It just helps.
One thing you point out to businesses so that when they do this, it's an advertising expense and they can deduct it.
Exactly. 60 tickets are spoken for, and I haven't given a ticket out yet. Everybody has called sales. The Morganton Jag Club, like I told you, they spoke for 30. So, if you want to get into the dance, or have somebody you know get into the dance, you better sell the tickets, because I'm telling you, it's going to be a sellout. I saw him, I think I'm repeating myself, but I saw him in Mount Holly, and he had the crowd going nuts, absolutely nuts. And these are all 55 and 60-year-old people just acting like children. But it was a lot of fun to see the lightheartedness. So he's a lot of fun to be around. So I expect a big night.
And if anybody needs a personalized letter, just send me the information. I'll put it in there and print you out a letter.
I did have a question for Rick. Rick, are you going to do the MC again?
Yes.
Okay, great.
I will be here.
Gavin had a statement, go ahead.
No, I was being silly.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, you were saying you would provide a personalized letter, and I was wondering if that came with a signed photograph from
Well, we won't.
You insisted on that.
We don't want to miss any
Yeah, that was
opportunity.
pretty close there. That was a near
Probably
miss.
50 cents.
I'll settle
Yeah.
up at the end when I can see.
I want to make certain that Wayne had every opportunity.
I appreciate that, yeah.
We're working on it right now. I've got-
Okay,
If anybody's forgotten how good the Band of Oz is, they're playing Saturday night up in Valdez at the Waldensian Festival.
Yeah.
Where?
Valdi.
That's a big gathering
Oh, it
too.
is.
Like Old Cars, that's the place to be on that night. There's hundreds of them.
You little burger admirer.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, all of us are supposed to be cultivating past and future relationships pertaining to this dance. How's that coming?
I saw Rob Conrad, mentioned it to him, he just smiled and nodded, but,
What'd you see, Rob?
in a library,
Wow.
Patrick Beaver Library.
In Hickory?
Yeah, yeah.
Man, that dude needs to come by and see me, yeah.
Yeah, I was
Miss him,
Yeah,
man.
he said he misses everybody, and he's still part of the club.
He does pay religiously, yeah.
good if you could come by.
Yeah.
So do I.
I don't think I
Trade
know
the check will clear.
He's a gold
You're
star.
good, no word yet.
Yeah, I don't have a clue who he is. We'll get a picture of him.
He's a nice guy, so he obviously left.
Okay. Did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he said? I just want to make certain, Sergeant at Arms, that you're hearing what he said.
Yeah.
Okay, all of us supposed to be involved in ticket sales, which I can just weigh in on.
And when the tickets come in,
They're in.
okay,
Who's
when
got
I
it?
get them, if you want me to take care of it,
Yes.
as far as keeping track of who gets what by number, I'll have a spreadsheet.
I'll take 50 or 60 tickets right off the top, and I'll
Just
be
let me
gone
know.
for 2 meetings,
Okay, just put
with
the
our
numbers
upcoming
down.
trip, so Gavin will have to have a few for phone-ins, because his name's on the poster of the, but other than
That's
that,
when you keep
yes.
track of where they're going.
Yes,
They're in packs of 100 balls.
yes,
Keep 100.
yeah. Okay, that'll work.
How many are we trying to
I
sell?
do want to say one other thing, we do need to make sure we have ample crew there for cleanup after, I know we're jumping ahead here, but It's My Party informed me when we sent the deposit for the stage that we have to make sure that stage, with their help, is torn down and out of there after the party Saturday night, because church sets up and is active on Sunday morning.
Okay.
So, has to be gone.
Church needs to know.
Yes, correct. Yeah. And he charged us extra to do that, by the way.
See it, that's the price quote, that's, I paid $500.
Okay.
That's the staging, right, I'm talking about.
It came in
I'm
the
sending
lowest
around the
again.
price quote for the stage, so if you wanna see it, it's going around.
I can't believe that happened. That's terrible.
That was a setup.
Called you.
Did he really?
Yeah, David did. No idea, he just said, what?
How's that broken down there? What is that sub rental?
Well, they
No, we did decide to take the remaining.
I know the extra charges for picking up
We did.
that night, tearing down, because they had to hire a crew to do that for the night.
Okay.
But it was cheaper than 3 other rental agencies, so.
Okay, we agreed that, I know that, I think these are the people who own cleanup. If you're not here, you obviously can't. But I got Donald Hicks, I got Steve Hunt, I got Richard Tucker, I got Rick Van Dett, I got Phil Trick, I got Ken Lauterbach, and Robert Ella. I think those folk were on service and cleanup.
I think Ken's out of the club, to be honest. Has anybody contacted Ken Lauterbach?
No, but I will, because the day that Austin's has a program, and Ken is scheduled for it, so it's gonna give me an opportunity to talk to him, at least let him know.
Yeah.
Is he still spending a lot of time up in Canada, or
He's building a wall.
There's another point.
Okay.
which side will he be on though when he comes out last break?
Keep us out.
Hey, send your dollar down here.
Okay,
Roll
we
it
have Kenny Clance is on the cleanup committee.
Devin, go and give me your dollar, you spoke
Well,
enough.
I've only got 5 here, so I spent.
I can handle the cultural.
6-1, you can have your 5. Okay.
I'm gonna leave it out. Here, take the whole thing.
Come back in order, leaders you. Come back to order, you leaders you. Okay, Kenny Clance just agreed to be a part of the cleanup committee, and what he will do, he will be the person that will take the food the remaining food, leftover food to the Salvation Army, I believe we said. That's what I think we said.
If I can pass the breath.
We're in trouble, nobody else.
My wife may drive, but we'll get it there.
Well, it's getting inside, you know.
No, the only thing you gotta do is go in there and tell them you got food, and it gets inside, buddy.
Oh, okay, so you wait.
Does everybody know your story, Kitty? Does they know that story?
Go ahead and tell the whole club.
Last time we had the dance, we had the extra food went to the police department, but some of it was left there that had been used but resealed. And they were like, well, what are we gonna do with this? What are we gonna do? I said, well, I'll take it by the Salvation Army. So it's 11:45. I pull in the Salvation Army, walk in the door. I've got some food out here if you got to blow on this. Had a handheld breathalyzer. Well, I passed.
Out.
No.
That was quick.
But once I told them that I had food out there, I asked her, I said, can you get me some help to unload this food? There wasn't a soul left sitting in that little living room. I mean, they come right out there, I didn't have to pick up anything.
Great.
That's the second time I've had to blow it.
That week.
It wasn't that week.
All right.
And this make it be known I passed with flying colors.
We proud of you, my brother.
Okay, let's see. Tracking and reporting about advertisement. I have Michael Wimberly down there, but I think that's you. Who's tracking and reporting?
I don't look like him.
He's not Michael Wimberly.
I don't look a bit like him.
No.
I'm shorter.
I know. And so, I'm saying, I had his name by it. Am I about tracking for advertisements? I got tracking and reporting. I have Michael Wimberly's name by it. Now, some of these things.
Generally,
Yeah.
Kenny's the one who keeps up with reporting because he's the one who has to do the, for the program.
I can do that.
Okay. Okay.
So those of us who get ads and logos and stuff, they go to Kenny. So.
Okay. All right. You're tracking and reporting the ads and logos and all that good kind of stuff. Okay. I got securing the band. I got Steiger, Wimberly. Steiger's already secured the band. I think he's out of the room.
Yeah, I paid the deposit already to them, so we're on the hook there, so.
I think the venue was Steiger and Wimberly. That's already been determined. The stage, been done, Steiger and Wimberly. Glenn Roseman and Steiger were for the deposit and retainer, which you just said you just did.
And I'll send one, the fellow over at Moretz is awesome. He said, I don't worry about you guys, so, but I've got to send them a deposit, but he never worries about when I send it, so.
Okay.
That's the venue, so everything
Right.
else, other than the venue, we're, as far as paid, we're,
And
the deposits, we're
any
good to go.
contracts that we have, you taking, I got
Yeah, we're good.
Steiger on that right now.
we're good, and I'm gonna check on the insurance, so yeah, so,
Well, I want you to learn well, because we want to, the whole purpose of this whole sheet was to relieve Steiger and Tucker of some of the responsibilities. So everything that we have a name beside, we got Steiger back or Tucker back, we want somebody else to come alongside. And when you step into doing that, then we're gonna pull somebody alongside you as well. And so we're never gonna, I don't ever wanna overload anybody anymore. I understand how that is. My family's, I have 15 brothers, had 15 brothers and sisters, and I've been the president of my family reunion for God knows how long. And it's like herding cats. So that's responsibility. Anyway, Rick Vandette.
Sir.
I got you down for refreshments.
Why would you do that?
I don't know, I got your name. Tell me why I have your name by that.
I don't have a clue, my friend.
Okay.
What does that entail?
I am thinking that might entail making certain that that band had some refreshments in the back room. Who's in charge of that?
yeah, they typically would need a little tray and some, sometimes they demand adult beverage, so, but usually Bob and I sort of handle that at the last, whenever we figure out what they want. But I mean, I'm not saying
Okay.
not to do it, I'm just saying,
I'll
if you
help.
need, just let us
Okay,
know.
So why don't I say,
He normally
Glenn,
just says, gee, go get this or whatever, and I go get
okay,
it.
Glenn Roseland,
For the band,
okay,
for the
and,
private.
Bob,
But if Rick wants to help, that's good.
I'll help, I'll help, Dad.
Glenn and Bob. Okay, so I got all three of you now for the
Yeah.
trade, for the band, refreshments, drinks, whatever. Just in their back, in their little room.
Sure.
Okay. All right. We had setup. Okay. On the setup committee, we had Donald Hicks, Kenny Clance, Dan Green, and Joe Westfall.
I can
Anybody?
help.
Okay. I got Glenn. I'm gonna put your name down there. Anybody else want to be part of the setup?
And what are we talking, what does that entail?
It might help putting those moving tables out.
Yeah, put my name on, because I'm usually there to help,
Okay.
decorate and so on and so forth.
Yes, sir.
Put me on that.
We usually have about 7 or 8 people
Yeah.
that can do that, that's pretty good.
Okay.
And everybody's invited.
Okay.
We need to talk to Steve. He's handling, talking to the caterers, correct? We
Okay.
need to make sure that they put that stuff in a disposable pan, so that if I do take it over, there'll be no question about getting their pans back.
Okay.
Question on the food, is it barbecue? We talked about it. Is that what's coming for the food, or do you have any idea?
I think it's barbecue.
I believe that's
like
correct.
45
Barbecue is a
hamburgers.
great thing to have.
I believe
It's
that's
served
correct.
easily, and everybody likes barbecue, so that's it.
I think
I think
Steve
they're
was in charge of food, was he not?
Yeah,
That's
I think there's gonna be 25 hamburgers as well for people that don't eat barbecue.
Good enough.
Cameron putting food into disposable pan.
Yeah,
Okay. Not a problem.
because last time I took some food somewhere, I had Austin's pan. Well, he'll ride you hard if you pans.
Oh, pan's expensive.
I'm joking.
Okay.
What pan?
There you go. There you go.
Okay. Okay, I got, let's see, what else I have here. I have, on the breakdown, I have Rick Van Dett, I got Phil Trick, Ken Lauterbach, Robert Allen. I think we've got a lot of folk that we haven't seen a lot of on that. You know, Ken and Robert, we don't see a lot of. We usually see Robert
Robert normally
doing
shows
the
up.
dance.
Yeah, Robert will show up, and he'll work hard.
Okay.
The only thing I would ask is to please consider, if you're there to the end of the dance, stay to help. More bodies we got, the quicker it goes.
And we usually get a kind of a head start on that too, as tables
Yes,
clear out.
yes.
Go ahead
Do that.
before the band even quits playing, so.
Okay, is there anybody else who wants to add their name to this list?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Dealing with the food, we pick up the plates off the table. Is that an assignment, or we just drop in?
Whenever I was there last time, when I walked to the bathroom, when I walked to get something else, I carried armload. It didn't matter where I was going. I just, you know,
You always do the same thing.
if you're going somewhere, take something with you.
I don't think I'm on anything you've mentioned there so far. I'd like to be on the greeting people when they come in and taking tickets.
Yeah, I'm on that with Gavin and Dan, I believe.
Michael's usually there too, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, often. Yeah.
Okay, I
I will
got,
have
And
to swear at the
mix in with
door.
all these
Okay.
other things too,
Uh,
obviously.
I got Wayne Honeycutt, I got Michael Wimberly, Dan Green, Gavin Sinclair, and Glenn Rosen on the collecting tickets and cash, the greeting part. Okay.
And I can always leave my phone with the square attached, and I think I showed you how to use it. So in case there's an at the door card sale,
Card
which
sale.
we had like a couple, it wasn't many, but it was nice to have that in case somebody asks, needs extra tickets.
Okay.
So if I need to be somewhere else, I'll show you guys how to do it.
So why don't I stick you on that, in that group?
That's fine, I've,
You are right there on that group, so if you move away,
yeah, we handled it last time, so.
I'd like to see us have a sign out there that says sold out, you must have a ticket to enter.
Not a bad idea.
And it might be, we won't be able to make
Yeah,
door sales, I mean.
we
that
can
might
sell
be-
tickets ahead of time, we get them all done. you know.
Kenny, if we need to make a sign, would you have it available if we're getting closer to
No,
that
I need
time?
at least 2 weeks.
I shouldn't have said anything.
I've got a Sharpie.
We'll be praying for this club.
Mr. President, can I say something?
Yes, sir.
I have to share this, I'm sorry. I gave a speech yesterday to the Kiwanis Club, all right? They had fewer people than we have here. There wasn't a smile in the group. I mean, they were nice people, very stoic, just very pleasant people. But the atmosphere is a whole lot different.
They didn't enjoy life as we do.
Sometimes we take ourselves for granted, but this is a pretty doggone good club.
It really is. I've been in several other clubs, visiting in other different kind of organizations. And I think we are the club that do serious things, but don't take ourselves so seriously. And that's a good thing. All right, we're gonna, I may add some other folks to the breakdown committee and find yourself in the list when I send it around. It's easier to volunteer. I got Richard and I got Austin dealing with the food and the dishes. I'm going to put you on with right by the food too, because you're going to be the person to take it away. Okay.
And then Steve to that.
And Steve. Okay, Steve and Kenny.
But they're going to be serving, correct?
They do have servers.
Yeah.
That is part of the fee from what I'm told, but once I get the invoice.
Okay, that's good. Okay. I thought Steve was getting a deal from like he did for.
That's correct, but there is the servers.
They did bring their own service, didn't they?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's just the idea of whoever the person is in charge of getting it, oversee, make sure it's going on right.
Okay. And I don't remember at the event, at the installation, I do not remember anybody helping anybody to take drinks away. And that always seemed to be a little bitty problem. It can save us if we were there to take a person drink to their table, their tea to their table. I think that'd save us some cleanup. You know, I've always kind of been hovering around to stir the food and take it away, but I think that would save us a little bit if we might want to consider that.
You mean when they go through the line?
They go through the line.
They help them carry it?
They got a dessert, they got a plate of food,
And
and now they got a
service.
drink.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's a good.
So if we were, all of us, be part of that. You see a person that has a need, step up. You get a date that way. I was offered lots of stuff.
You're thinking of Las Vegas again.
No. I didn't serve like that in Las Vegas. I thought it was the last party. Flashback. All the stuff mixed up. It all mixed up. Okay.
Easy to confuse the two.
It really is. What is this about in-house vendor? I got vendor and in-house. What does that mean? Anybody know what that's about?
Wrong thing I think would be food service.
The food service?
If you don't know what it is, line through it.
I'm lining through it.
I'll be in charge of that.
Okay, we got raffles. I got Field Trick on doing a 50-50 again.
Yeah.
We got, I wrote Kenny, Steve, and Jenny White in charge of a gun, TV, some kind of prize.
We're not doing that.
We're not gonna have any kind of prize?
No raffle.
So, no kind of raffle. Okay, strike that out. Okay, and what about silent auction? Any kind of auction?
I don't think we're doing
Yes, sir, Glenn?
Well, on the lines, before I forget, are we gonna do a costume first, second, third? Because we have done that.
Yes.
Costume contest, so while you're talking
It's a lot
about
of
that,
fun.
That's,
Yeah, I would.
That's you.
I didn't know if you had it written down, but
No,
I had to speak
but we can
before I
write that
forget.
down. Costume contest, and that's, you chose people in the audience to be judges, or how did you do that?
I tried, it didn't work.
Okay.
Generally, if we have a handful of our folks or our spouses willing to do that, then that helps. We'll just name the first, second, third.
Chose by crowd noise.
Yeah, the meter,
We did.
the
Yeah, we
meter's
did.
hard to judge.
Yeah.
And you end up with whoever's got the most friends there. I mean, I remember
Yeah.
one time there was somebody who had easily the best costume and they didn't win because somebody else.
That's a good point. Yeah. So we'll have a committee.
Tick tock, tick tock.
Okay. Okay,
Do it by crowd noise, just gonna get somebody from Morganton every time.
okay, we got Ron Leach and Steve Hunt on security, is that right?
work.
Okay, and, I think that's it.
Okay.
Any, let's,
But the things we say or do, is it true? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
and will it be fun?
Yes.
Birthday bell.
Thank you guys very much.
Rick, I'm gonna help you carry this back, because I'm gonna take my wife one.
Ron, what was that committee you told me to put you on?
Set up
Set
or
up.
whatever, Saturday
Set up.
morning.
Okay.
Y'all doing that every year.
All right, cool. All right. Thank you,
You
fellas.
make me look like a hero, Rick.
Anything you can do to help you, my friend?
Okay, who's in charge of this camera here?
Gavin was doing that.
No?
No, Austin was.
Awesome.
That's right, he left.
Austin forgot he left. What do we do with the camera? Do we have
First of
a
all,
case to put it in?
we gotta turn it off.
Okay.
Smash it.
Hulk smash. Let's see.
I'll give $20 for it.
I bet you would. Let's see.
Text Rhino and ask what to do.
Just trade him the donut.
Yeah, I got some donuts I'll swap out for it.
That's good. $20. Are you swimming right inside the market?